12 days of Christmas countdown. Today we're going to be doing 10 candy canes dipped in chocolate. I cannot wait to try these. I seen them on Pinterest, so I was like, I gotta show everyone how to make these. So, what you would need is candy canes, peppermint, and then you have to grind them down so that they're nice and fine so that they'll stay on the chocolate. Or if you don't want to use candy canes, you can use a nice sanding sugar, or you can use M&Ms or anything that you have on hand. You would need chocolate. You can get the red chocolate already colored, or you can get the vanilla chocolate, the white chocolate, and then you can make it red by getting some coloring that does not have water in it. So it has to be a non-water based chocolate. Melt your chocolate down until it's pretty much running off of the spoon, where it's very easy to pick up, and it'll run off your spoon, so you'll know that it's ready and it's not hard and clumpy. I like to let mine cool down to right above room temperature before I start dipping, because you don't want them to be too hot. If they're too hot, you'll get an elephant skin on your chocolate, and even though we're covering them, you can't tell, but even though we're covering them, you'll still know in the back of your mind that that elephant skin is there. And you also need a parchment board and a cookie sheet. So let's get started. You may want to work pretty fast with dipping and adding your candy or your decorations, because they cool pretty quickly once you dip them. So I like to have everything ready to go. So you don't have to dip the whole candy cane. You could dip it in there, and then you can come up to probably halfway or a little bit more. And then once you dip them, you want to drizzle some of the chocolate off so that it's not too thick. And as you're drizzling the chocolate off, you can wipe it on the side where you're going to lay the candy canes down at. And then you can use your mint and just put on the top of here. Like so. So I'm going to do about 5 more, and then we'll put some of the sanding sugar on there. So dip, come halfway, lift out, make sure your candy canes are not too thick, but you want to make sure that the chocolate has drizzled off. And then you can come on the side and get the remainder and lay it down. Add your peppermints to them. And it doesn't matter the flavor of candy canes. I know that there are so many different flavors. When I went in the store, I was surprised to see all of the different flavors of candy canes that was out there. This is a cherry flavor that I have. So cherry and mint and chocolate, that's going to give you a lot of sweet and sour components. And this is fairly easy. It doesn't take long to do. You can do it the day before, or you can do it for a holiday party, or you can do them and put them on the Christmas tree if you would like. But it's quick, it's simple. You only need a few ingredients to just make it happen. And just a tip, when I was taking off the paper from the candy cane, it was a tedious task at first, but then I learned that you have to tear them on the seam of the candy cane so that it will come off without you breaking the candy canes. So I think I broke about 3, but we're not going to tell anybody. Alright, so, and these last few, I'm going to dip them in the same chocolate, but I'm going to add sanding sugar to them just to give them a different taste. And they all should be able to fit on the same cookie sheet. But if not, you can get you another cookie sheet and line it with parchment paper for the parchment paper to help to easily release your candy canes. You may want to have a separate bowl standing by for your sanding sugar if it doesn't have like a little salt and pepper shaker filter on the top, in which mine doesn't. So I'm going to put mine in a plate so that you can see as I am decorating them. And I would suggest using fine sanding sugar. You don't want anything too heavy, because the heavier you get, the more the balls will start rolling off of your candy canes, and then you will have to try to keep putting them on and holding them in place. So I would use like fine sanding sugar or small decoratives, Christmas decorations to put on there for edible Christmas decorations. In the comment section, I would like for you to tell me 10 things that you have accomplished this year. 10 things you have accomplished this year right before Christmas. You can drop your comments in the comment section below, and I'll go back and I'll view them and I'll read through them and I'll comment on your comments. How about that? So if you would like to go the extra step and you think you can meet the challenge, I get a piping bag, or you can use a Ziploc bag, and I put some of my chocolate in the Ziploc bag, and then you can do it as a drizzle over the top, just to give it a little bit more elegance on top of each candy cane. And then these are great for employee gifts, co-worker gifts. If you want to give out gifts to your church members or to friends, you can just have these and pre-wrap them and put a cute little bow on them, and they'll be great for the holiday season as a gift. I'm going to show you how to put the chocolate into the piping bag and pipe them onto the candy cane. And the design is whatever you think of. It doesn't have to be perfect, because you know you are gifting these, and whatever gift you make is coming from the heart. So don't feel like it has to be a very perfect item that you create. And if you're just eating them at home, it doesn't matter. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to put your chocolate into a piping bag and decorate each individual candy cane. And the decoration part is seamless. So let me get a piping bag and we'll get started. If your chocolate has cooled off, you may want to pop it back in the microwave for a few minutes. And you can tell when it starts cooling down, because it won't run as fast as it was when it was warmer. So ours is still pretty warm. I've been getting better at this with this one hand situation. Alright, and you don't need much, because a little goes a long way. And you want to make sure you kind of get all of the air out of it, and you're not going to get all the air. But you see how I just put it in the piping bag, and you're going to cut this little tip off right here to drizzle. So I'll cut the tip off. And I always try to do a test drizzle in my chocolate to make sure that it's coming out perfect. You don't want to cut it too big, because if you cut it too big, your piping will come out too big. So you can start here, and it's simple: left, right, left, right, left, right. You don't have to do it on all of them. You can do it on some of them, but left, right, and then once they cool off, you can just pick up the candy canes and then just take off the excess. And these are great options. You can use any color you want. You can use green or red, white, yellow, whatever color you want to use. It's up to you. And the process is pretty seamless, and it's quick. You can get the children involved with you and spend time in the kitchen with family. That's what it's all about, right? Spending time with family for the holidays. I learned a long time ago that people eat with their eyes, so you always have to make it look tempting so people want to eat it. So if you keep that in mind whenever you're doing baking, you'll always be a winner, because people eat with their eyes. Last one. And once you drizzle, if you have leftover drizzle, you can put it back into your container, because it's not contaminated. Haven't touched any of your others, and then you can reuse it and warm it back up. So I'm gonna pop these in the refrigerator for about 5 minutes, and then I'll be right back with the finished product. So I'll see you soon. All right, I'm back, and these are the finished results. Our our candy cane dipped in chocolate. And these came out really good. And if you have like a red and green color with white, that'll be really pretty. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for our 9th day of Christmas, for our 12 days of Christmas countdown.